Noobtoob Modcast with your hosts, Locke, Janet Saber, and Sunflower Bolt of 1,000, Mama Baby! Oh, God.
The other game I've really been playing is for the 360, and it's Prototype.
Nice.
The game that they wouldn't let anyone release reviews on until it was a couple days out, which was very strange, and everyone thought it was going to be shit, but it ended up being not bad for most people. Locke, you're not going to like me saying this,
Why?
but it's better than Infamous.
It's better than Infamous?
I am enjoying it much more than I did Infamous. And I like Infamous.
Yeah,
I
you,
like it a
you,
lot.
you said Infamous. I said Infamous was very good. It's probably the best PS3 game out this year, and hell, what are you playing this on? 360? Yeah.
360.
So Prototype.
It feels the controls are a lot more loose and a lot more floaty.
Well, is it fair to compare and contrast them? Can you do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
why don't you
definitely.
do that? Let's just because that's obviously what they're being compared towards. These open world superhero games. Let's juxtapose them, put them together, just hash it out between those. So what can you see that are very similar between the games, like mission structure?
Well, not necessarily story mission structure, but the actual missions themselves. You've got your own. Infamous was really good about giving you different missions most of the time. Like, you do different things to liberate the area. You know what I mean with the, sometimes you have to follow a courier, sometimes you have to send people all the way around, that kind of thing. So, Infamous was cool with that and keeping it varied. Prototype is not that varied, but it's certainly not boring. You do have your missions where you have to get from point A to point B really quick, but you also have other ones where you have to destroy certain buildings, which is kind of fun.
But
And,
can you do the missions, say, in a different way? Like, can
yeah,
you
it gives you a little bit of free form on how you want to do that.
Because from what I've seen, your powers are like you can beef up yourself and destroy the fuck out of everything, or you can go stealth and kind of like infiltrate and take over bodies and stuff like that. Like, does it give you that option just because they don't have that much mission variability? They give you that option to go about the mission different ways, maybe?
Yeah, they do.
To make up for that?
And it all depends on how you build your character. The difference between Infamous is you're some
Excuse me, what?
retard who could shoot lightning. Whatever.
You can build your character in this?
Yeah, you can choose your upgrades, but there's a lot of them.
That's
more than Infamous.
That's awesome. Because for
you can make your running speed better.
Infamous
just run
doesn't
straight up
really give
buildings,
you. It doesn't really give you much. Like if you pick evil or good, you're still basically getting the same powers for the most part.
Plus, pretty much all you can do with the powers that Infamous gives you is upgrade those powers and not learn new things.
Mm-hmm.
Those come to you inside the story. So Prototype's really cool in that way. The thing is that in Infamous, you're just some guy who can now use electricity.
Yeah.
But in Prototype, you're meant to be a weapon.
Okay.
And the problem is, it really does, in the story, it's nothing too special, but I am more interested in this than Infamous' story. Because Infamous, I think, has put its story forward in kind of a ham-handed way.
Okay.
But Prototype's much more interesting because you want to find out who made you, and you have no memories. Oh, usual.
Oh, how predictable.
Yeah. But it's kind of nice because you have the ability to do a lot of shit. The stealth kills are, like, dirty as hell, man. Because you walk behind people and you like basically dry hump them in the ass and you absorb them. It's pretty dirty, man. So that's a positive point.
That's good.
You can take on the appearance of others too.
Oh, that's cool. I was about to ask how the actual sandboxy type aspect is, because the last game I played in the genre I really enjoyed was Crackdown, which really let you, from the start, explore the entire city. I mean, is Prototype like that, or do you have to unlock new areas, or?
It's absolutely like that, and that's also a part where it differs from Infamous. Infamous kept its different islands sealed. You can go anywhere in Prototype, and that's really nice. There are a ridiculous amount of collectibles. There are a few things here. There are hint bubbles. There are 50 of those, which may give you, if you find them, they'll give you information that you may or may not know. But it's nice to have. Doesn't hurt.
Are those the collectibles in the game, basically?
That's one of them.
Okay. Oh, great. It's one of them. Great.
There are 200 landmark collectibles, and these all give you more experience to spend on more powers.
Okay, but you remember how
the
I
more
said...
that you get, the more they're worth.
Oh.
So
it's exponential.
If you've got 195 of them, the last 5 are going to be worth a shitload and definitely worth.
Oh wow! So remember how I said that the Sonar Pulse in Infamous was the best way to go about collectibles? How do the collectibles work in this? You just have to find them because
you just have to see them. I mean, and I just mostly stumble across them. I haven't really gone looking for them because the city is based on kind of New York, so it's a grid for the most part.
Right. Well, that's good.
I mean, it's got its different areas. It's got its little central park, and not everything is perfectly grid-based, but there's a lot of tall buildings that you just run straight up, which is awesome. And I don't know, there's a lot to find there. But then there's even one more thing that you can find called the Web of Intrigue, which means...
is that where you get the memories?
Yes, you can consume people, which, as I was saying earlier, the stealth consume where you hump them and then they turn into your body, like they get absorbed.
Them,
You can do that to people, and if you end up doing that to somebody who knew something about how you were created, or something about the story, a bit about the backstory, you then absorb their memories and you know what they're up to. And then once you absorb them, you get a little bit of information on who the other people are that are connected to them. So it really does play out like an actual spider web on the interface.
Nice.
And you can only find those people
that you're connected to
if they're connected. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
So it's definitely got the collectibles down. If you like running around and looking for that last damn thing, this will be the game for you.
So how's the actual tracking on the collectibles? Because, I mean, in a lot of games you just get you have found so many of them. Is it by area? Can you sort of say you've got 30 of them in this place, or is it just...
Sadly, not to my knowledge. I didn't look far enough into it to make sure, but I don't think it's like Burnout Paradise where they tell you which section of the map you're missing something in, which... could be a shame, but
that's just the worst thing for me for a sandbox game and collectibles is having to use a FAQ or a map or something. Like, I really, really like doing it naturally, but the OCD part of me is like, I need those 30 left, and I need to find them now. So,
but this game definitely delivers on the collectible front. If you're one of those people that likes to just dick around and look for stuff like that, bring it on.
So Magenta, that's like Crackdown. That's pretty sweet. So
I mean, I'm still stuck at like I need 3 hidden orbs or something on Crackdown. So I'm sure I'll get into a similar situation with Prototype. But what's the experience scale like? I mean, by the time you beat the game, are you going to have most abilities? I mean,
depends on how you play it, I guess.
Right.
You've got your missions that you can do. These are all optional. There are story missions, and there are all the optional missions. Some of them have you infiltrating military bases, which means you take the form of one of their people and go in and dry hump the people that you need. Some of the people that you can dry hump will give you stat increases on things. Like if you hump a tank commander, then you get his memories and his knowledge of tanks, so you can then pilot them much more, much easier.
Nice.
That's cool.
And I heard
guns, grenade launchers, all that crap. So that's interesting.
That's sweet. So aside from the collectibles and the missions and stuff, do you feel like a badass? Is that what makes this game fun?
Yeah, absolutely. Completely different than Infamous. Infamous, you kind of felt like somewhat of a badass.
Well, it's kind of like Spider-Man.
There was a lot of shit going on.
Kind of like Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, you can destroy the fuck out of anything you want in Infamous. It's nice. There are things that are really tough to destroy. But
what about you? Mean
the
Prototype?
fact is, you can have 100 people gunning for you, and you can take them all out. I got this really cool upgrade where my hand turns into this long whip with like blades on the side. I can spin it around and cut up everybody.
I want to go to there.
Spike tentacles really with force penetration.
Pretty much, absolutely. So bring on the porno.
Well, that's
basically
awesome.
The bottom line is for Prototype, I think it's better than Infamous. Not everyone will agree with me, but it is certainly solid and definitely fun.